Thank you, Vice Mayor. I'll try not to repeat some of my colleagues' comments. I agree with most of those sentiments. I think the priority that's been made in this conversation is the right one, and that's for our voters and for the residents to make this decision. But I want to share a little bit about what it's like to be over here and run and campaign and serve. One of my favorite things about the campaign that I just went through was all the ways that you get asked, why are you over here? If you're not in the first district. Depending on the part of town, that might look like, boy, are you lost? Or sometimes there was, I don't shop south of the river, so why are you over here? So it was just really interesting to hear people that don't know about our election system become aware of it on the porch as you explain that the reason I'm here is because I have to care about your street as much as I do mine. So I think I wasn't so convinced about this a few years ago, but having run and served, I'm increasingly convinced that our election system is not perfect, but it's ours, and I think it works best, and we get to choose it. I also had the luxury of some new ways of outside PAC money being introduced into our elections. And so I can tell you that what I read into this is an attempt to shrink a district race in a way that outside money can have a greater influence. So when you dig down deep enough, I can tell you right now that will be the consequence of this legislation if it passes. And I think can't remember who said it, but I think the last thing we need at this moment, excuse me, Mr. Robinson, the last thing we need is more partisanship and outside PAC money being spent in our local elections. And I think another issue has been raised that I want to bring up is the questioning or supposed questioning of whether this is constitutional. And I think that the judicial system is a good place for that to be determined, not by our state legislature. So I think the things that come to mind to me most are the conversations I had with people, not only the incentive to earn a vote, but the responsibility to serve people who don't live next to you or look like you. And I think the way that we have it allows you to serve and understand the needs of people everywhere best. So I'll obviously be supporting this with my colleagues, but I just want people to think about the conversations on porches around their homes and how important it is for all of us to understand that. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember McKenzie.